Welcome to another unboxing video brought to you by Enterprise Hobby, distributor of line products in North America. We're here to take a look at the TREX 150X Super Combo Bind the Fly model. This model will bind to a Futaba radio, the Align T6 radio, or to a Spectrum radio or JR using either a Spectrum satellite or a JR satellite. We're going to go ahead and move out to the workbench where we'll be able to take a little closer look. And I'm going to go ahead and show you a few of the app functions which is available in the App Store or the Google Play Store for download. You can actually download that app now and take a look at the features that are available to put you in kind of a demo mode. We'll go through that and then we'll have an additional video with the helicopter flying and some of the tuning features and how to actually go through the setup of the helicopter. So let's move to the workbench. Okay, we have the TREX 150 Super Combo Bind to Fly box on the workbench. So we're going to go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. So the carrying case that keeps everything compact comes inside of a plastic bag, and so you have a nice little carrying case. Carry your TREX around 150. You can also see that it's serial numbered. So go ahead and open up the case. So we have a set of instructions. It's really not the manual itself, that's available for download, but you have the user guidance and precautions, the appreciation from Align, because we do appreciate you and thanks for flying Align. Let you know this is the Bind and Fly model. Bind and Fly means that the helicopter, the TREX 150, is going to bind with the T6 Align radio or a Futaba radio such as the T14SG or the 10 or the 8, as long as it's running Futaba S-FHSS 2.4 gigahertz system. The other options you have for Bind and Fly is that you can use a DSMX satellite or a JR satellite, and by using one of these you're able to connect to the DX9, DX8, DX6, any of the Spectrum radios, which will connect to the satellite. Included in the kit is two 1.3 millimeter hex wrench, another one. These are going to be used for the blade grips as far as the head, and then you have a 0.9 millimeter hex wrench for some of the bolts that are on the system. Includes two Align 2-cell 250 milliamp 30C batteries, Align charge, which is the CH150X balancing charge. It's going to charge at 1C. Will allow you to plug into an input voltage of 11 to 19 volts, and the batteries themselves plug directly into the unit, so you can charge two at the same time. Nice little charger, actually works very well. Included is the actual adapter piece, which plugs into the charger, and then this can attach itself to 12 volt battery if that's what you're using. You can always change the leads if you so choose to something that works for the actual power supply which you're using to put in the input voltage to the unit. set of instructions for the charger. A small box containing some key components which you may or may not require later on. We'll discuss this in a minute, what's in this little package. A couple balancing tabs, actually 4 of them for the blades grip, or for the blades themselves. And finally we have the helicopter. So this is a TREX 150. Let's take the nice carrying case and storage case, set it aside. So as you can see, the TREX 150 comes with a blade grip holder which attaches to the servo. Take that off, extend the blades, and I'll remove the canopy so you can see underneath. Let's work from the tail. The change on the tail is the actual motor mount plugs. Before ran through the boom, between the servos, and then plugged into the main control board. The new control board is the 150GRS. The problem was if you had to change the motor, you had to remove the boom, servo, it was a lot of work, solder. That's all been eliminated on this model. So now the wire, if you have to change the rear motor, there's actually a plug here. And all you have to do is unplug, detach the motor, put the new motor in, plug it in, and you're good to go. You no longer have to turn around and remove this pin, resolder, remove everything. If you do have to change the boom, then yes, there's a situation there, but as long as the motor itself is the only issue with the helicopter, then you don't have to worry about feeding the wires through the boom. So that allows easy maintenance for the rear tail motor. The other feature is that, or change, is that the tail blade is now longer in length. So it's 23, which gives you a little bit more stability, or actually tail authority on this helicopter. The tail motor is a 2S as far as input voltage, so that's 7.4 volts. And the kV is 8,000 kV. The main motor is a 2S and runs at 9,000 kV. The skids themselves, they've been redesigned as far as strength, and now they're high strength and they're anti-impact landing skids. So it's going to give the helicopter a little bit of a bounce when it lands. Plus, you're not going to have that problem, or should decrease the problem with the previous model where the skids tended to crack, you know, when you were landing. The battery still mounts in that location. The servos, so you have 2 for the cyclic, and that's the DS150, and they're going to perform at 0.06 seconds at 5 volts. And then on the tail, it's not really a tail, but it's the elevator. The elevator servo is a DS155, and it performs at 0.06 seconds at 5 volts. So these servos, all 3 of them, are going to give you increased control to the head and to the swash plate, more torque, and more precise flight. The helicopter comes with the new Align 150 GRS integrated fly-barless unit. There's a couple really cool features. Number 1, it's an integrated 6-axis gyro, and it's a receiver. So it's going to connect to the Futaba radio, as mentioned earlier, and it's going to connect to the Spectrum radio using the remote satellite. And in this bag is included a mounting pad for the satellite, a couple zip ties, and actually the connector itself for the satellite. So if you're going to use a Spectrum receiver, then the Spectrum receiver is going to connect in this plug right here, and you use the wire, which is included in the kit, to turn around and mount the Spectrum satellite underneath. Here's the huge features which are included in some of the fly-barless units that are being used on the larger helicopters. So this little unit has attitude auto leveling. So if you're a beginner, you can turn around and fly this helicopter, and if you let go of the sticks, it's going to automatically level itself. So it's going to help you control the helicopter and correct something that's a problem. So if you get into a situation where there's a little bit of a problem and you let go of the sticks, it's going to correct itself and auto level. The other feature has a built-in rescue mode. All you have to do is, once you configure your radio or transmitter, then when you flip the switch on the transmitter, the helicopter itself is going to turn around and right itself and put you in a situation where the helicopter is going to potentially save you from crashing, right itself, and help you learn certain maneuvers. Because it is a small helicopter, sometimes it's hard to see for older people like myself, but the rescue feature is a huge advancement in such a small helicopter. Now for the really cool stuff. So the helicopter itself, how do you set up the gyro? How do you configure everything? Previously there were some buttons, and usually on these small ones there's little pods. That's all been taken away. So eliminated all the manual type interface, and they went to a very nice integration which works with either iPad or a tablet. So the software is available to download. You can download it in the App Store. In a little bit, the iPhone module is not available yet, but will be shortly. This is the Android version. You can download it. We'll go through this detailed of how to set this up in the next video. I wanted to give you an idea. There's a couple parts, so I'm going to move this just to the side. I'd recommend, if you order one and you don't have blade balancer, go ahead and order a Lines blade balancer for the 150. The part number is HOT0010. Check out our dealer list on enterprisehobby.com. The dealers will carry them. Right to this side, to my right, is the actual part number. It's a nice little unit. You press the blades onto the balancing pin, drop it in place because it's a magnet, and the blades will teeter, and then you can use the included strips to make sure that the actual plastic blades are balanced. So pick that up. The other item is the swash plate balancer or leveler. It's really a leveler, and that's part number H15H010. Part number is right here. Nice tool to be able to, at center stick, have your swash plate balance. It does make a difference. It helps the fly barless unit, helps it perform better. So those are the two items I would suggest picking up when you do order yours. And I know you're going to need or want to order more batteries. So part number for the batteries right here. Going to go ahead and do a complete video. We're setting one of these up for night flying, which will be a lot of fun. We'll have videos available in a couple weeks for that. We'll put together a video of how the actual software and what the software does as far as communicating with the helicopter itself. We appreciate you taking time to watch the video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and visit enterprisehobby.com for our blog information, fun fly information. The website's still developing. You can receive a list of our dealers that are across the United States, and that's continuing to grow as we're inputting those dealers into the system. There's a reason why we're doing that, is because if you do buy products from our dealers, we're going to stand behind the warranty and help satisfy any of your concerns with the line products. And as always, thanks for flying a line.